Yo, what's up everyone? In this video, I wanted to teach you guys how to use Shadow Dance in Wrath of the Lich King. Shadow Dance is a very dynamic ability and it isn't super cookie cutter where it's just cheap shot kidney and just spam ambush. There are different ways to maximize the damage and there are different setups depending on what class you're going up against. So guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Wrath content and let's jump into it. So the first setup we're going to be covering is going to be the highest damage output setup. Now, you're going to use this on every single class outside of Paladin and Priest, because Paladin and Priest are going to have a stun reduction in their talents. There'll be a slight gap in between Cheap Shot and Kidney Shot where they'll be able to get a Dispel or a shield or something. It's a very, very small gap. It is not a big gap, but it's a little gap. All right, so the highest DPS opener is going to look something like this, guys. You're going to go into Stealth, and you're going to do Pre-Med Cheap Shot into a 5 combo point Eviscerate. Then you're going to ambush and you'll be back at 5 combo points and then you'll be doing a Kidney Shot. After that, you're going to do a ambush for another 5 and then you're going to do an Eviscerate again. And the reason why we're doing the Eviscerates is because remember, when you're at 5 combo points, that energy is free. So you're going to Eviscerate and get all that energy back and you're going to continuously recharge the energy. So the opener, guys, is going to look something like this. Pre-Med, Cheap Shot, Eviscerate, Shadow Dance, Ambush, Kidney Shot, Ambush, Eviscerate, and then into another ambush. If you get the procs correct, you will have the full opener, and that is going to be the maximized damage DPS while using Shadow Dance. So I want to show you how this looks like when you do go up against a Priest and a Paladin. We're going to do the same highest DPS output opener against this Priest, and I want to just show you guys how that gap really looks like. We're going to do Pre-Med, Cheap Shot, Eviscerate, Dance, Ambush. See the kidney? You see the gap and how it was right there? Because of the stun reduction, there's not going to be enough time. It's a small gap, but it's not going to be enough time for you to just purely lock them down. So the opener that you want to do against a Priest and a Paladin is going to look something like this. You're going to not dance until you Kidney Shot. So what you want to do is you want to do Pre-Med Cheap Shot. You're going to pull all of your energy. Then you're going to Kidney into Dance. And then you're going to pump. So it's going to look something like this. Pre-Med Cheap Shot. There's a full combo points. Pulling energy, Kidney, Dance. Now you're going to pump your ambushes. And then just do the Eviscerates whenever you're at the 5 combo point. And then that's going to allow you to do the most damage against a Priest and a Paladin. So the next opener that I want to go over, I use this opener all the time on warriors and hunters specifically. I will use Cheap Shot twice. And what I'll do is I will use Cheap Shot twice to build up momentum for my partner. And this allows your partner to do more damage. So for example, if I'm playing Shadow Priest Rogue and I'm going up against Warrior Pally, it's really nice to do the Cheap Shot because it gets the Priest to have more damage coming in. Or if you're playing Mage Rogue, you get more damage coming in. And so it's that extra pressure where you might even be able to get them to do a trinket. So what it's going to look like is I do Pre-Med Cheap Shot into the Eviscerate again. And then what I'll do is I'll do a ambush into another Cheap Shot. And then from there, I'll do an ambush and then get a Kidney Shot in afterwards. So it's going to look something like this. Cheap Shot, Eviscerate, Dance, Ambush, Cheap Shot, into the kidney, into another ambush, and then into Eviscerate, and I immediately get that energy back, and then I can do a backstab. So the opener is going to look a little bit like that, and what that does is, again, it allows for a longer stun. It's going to be a little bit less output damage on your half, but your partner is going to be able to do more damage. And again, you're going to be tricksing your partner most of the time when you're doing that Shadow Dance go, so they're going to be pumping more damage than you anyways, for the most part. So it's a really good tool to use against, again, the hunters, because you can even bait their trinket out in the Cheap Shot or the warrior, and then you can clutch them up. So the next opener we're going to cover is the triple Cheap Shot opener. This has a little bit more of a micro use case. However, I still want to just show you guys it because it is an opener that you can do. And I do want to note, if you want to chain the triple Cheap Shot into a kidney, you won't be able to do so without a gap. So it's going to look something like this. You're going to use Stealth, Pre-Med, gonna use Cheap Shot, pull all of your energy till the very end, then cast Dance into a Cheap Shot, into another one, then the global, and then you Kidney. And as you see, at the very end of that cheap, there was a minor gap, but that is how the gap is gonna look like. and that's going to allow your maximized stun time. Again, very micro, but again, I wanted to show you guys at least how it does look like, so you guys have that in your toolkit. Another way to use Shadow Dance isn't so directly based on a rotation, but more so of a play style, is using your prep vanishes first and then using your dance. Marm has done this a couple times if you watch his videos. I've even executed this as well, and it kind of really creates an interesting flow, especially if you're in talents of the Master of Subtlety, where after 6 seconds of damage or breaking stealth, you do 10% additional. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because it's kind of an outside way of thinking about how to use Shadow Dance, where you use raw damage to get your opponent down, and then you use your Shadow Dance as like the actual game breaker. And when you use the Shadow Dance as a breaker instead of the initiator, it allows for a lot more tempo, and sometimes even when they do trinket, it's gonna still be too much damage. So how that looks like is you're going to just literally do ambush, vanish, ambush, vanish, ambush, and then kidney shot, and then you start your dance. And you remember, I just started my dance at 60 energy, so I would have just been able, because I prepped, to hit pre-med again into that ambush because he died, but I would have been able to pre-med into that ambush into another eviscerate. So because I was at 60 energy, I was literally going to be able to get 2 more globals of at least 4 to 5k in, and that type of opener is insane tempo. Again, it's a little bit more outside the box, and I understand it's more of an arena use case where there's a lot of factors that go into it, but I just want to show you how that looks like, where you need to build that muscle memory of using ambush, vanish, ambush, prep, vanish, ambush, and then literally using your dance. Now, it might not be consecutive, like right back to back to back to back, but the flow has to be down. You have to get comfortable with playing your rogue in that weird way where you are able to execute that play and have that in your arsenal, because it's really muscle memory of like, you know, pressing ambush and being comfortable with the situation going in, using all of your vanishes and then banking on Shadow Dance to be that finisher. So guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you overall the highest DPS output opener on all of the classes outside of priests and paladins. And then I also wanted to show you guys those openers for those 2 classes, so there's never going to be a gap and you can always maximize your damage. And as always, make sure to Shadow Dance on that subscribe button and ambush on that like button, boys. And let me know down in the comments below what other videos you guys would like to see. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.